Keep that going for your host, Lauren. Give it up for Benjamin. Give it up for Mary Gavin. I feel like I'm giving off Bo Jackson up top and Michael Jackson on the bottom. It's not often you get to perform at a place called Sports Drink behind a wall or in front of a wall of igloos. So I was like, let me wear a recreation jersey. It's hot. I ride a bike everywhere. How else can I be aerodynamic? It's real hot. I'm from Ohio originally, and when I was coming up, I used to listen to a lot of like Cash Money records. So I listened to the Hot Boys, Juvenile, Turk, BG, Lil Wayne, and they had the hottest of the hot. We on fire, I need a hot girl. Then Juvenile had an album called 400 Degrees. Lil Wayne had an album called 500 Degrees. And I thought they were saying that metaphorically, like figuratively. They're like, oh, we're the best rappers. We're the most popular rappers. That's why we're the hottest of the hot. And then I moved down here. I'm like, it literally feels like it's 500 goddamn degrees. The block is entirely too hot. I need to get off this corner. I know climate change is getting bad. I know it's getting real bad because recently I had to endure my granny telling me that she had to strip to her bra and panties just to survive a night without AC. My granny described acting out the Hot in Here video to survive this climate in Ohio. Who knew Nelly was a climate alarmist this whole time? Like, it's getting hot in here. We're heating up the globe. I've been dealing with the blues lately, and sometimes you gotta do certain things to trick your mind out of those dark spaces. So I've been watching videos of babies wearing glasses for the first time. Some of y'all familiar? If you're not, it's these videos with these toddlers, and they have these tiny spectacles, and all of them got headbands because their ears aren't strong enough to hold up the glasses. And then all the babies just look like little Horace Grants. That baby's gonna be a three-peat champion. Awesome rebounder, watch out for the elbows. I like watching these videos though, because it's always a point where the baby, their eyes get real big and they have this real nervous smile. And it's like they're thinking, I hope that this is the person that I've been with the whole time. I'm not entirely certain. Is this mama? Pull out a titty, let me see. All right, that's mama. I am safe and sound. I don't know, I think I've been dealing with the blues because I recently turned 35, and that's like middle age for people like me. It's like my dad died at 60, I'm like, all right, I'm more than halfway there. I don't know, man, I feel like I've been spiraling a little bit, so I wanted to do something to like radically change my life. So I started working at a school, which is the worst way to get your life together. I don't know. And I went about it the worst way. To work at a school, I did it through AmeriCorps. I know, I'm a 35-year-old AmeriCorps recruit. Like, if you 20 and you come from money, yeah, join AmeriCorps. Not if you broke already and you 35. The job I got with AmeriCorps was as a reading interventionist. And I should have did more research on that position before I signed up for it. Because here I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, reading interventionist, I just got to go in there and be like, all right, Diamante, put down the books. That's too much reading. You don't want these white folks to know you read like this. Put it down, man. No, that's not the job. As a reading interventionist, you gotta deal with kids who are like behind their reading grade level. And so some of them deal with dyslexia or attention deficit disorder. And a lot of times, since they have troubles reading, that manifests itself in like behavioral issues. And here I am thinking like, man, y'all should have the most tenured teachers working as reading interventionists. Not some druggy burnout that's trying to get his life together. Y'all not doing these kids no service. But I think me working as a reading interventionist is a little bit of a karmic debt that I'm trying to pay. Because when I was in school, I liked reading a whole bunch, and I would always make fun of people who was poor readers. Cause like when I was in school, that was like my time to shine. Like I could read, I got all this diction. Look at the way I pronounce it. You hear this cadence? And so it'd be times where the teacher's like, all right, Kamari, you've read enough. You gotta let somebody else read. And then she'll call on somebody, she'll be like, Ariane, you read. Ariane ain't even got his book open. Teacher's like, we're on page 2, Ariane. It's the beginning of the school year, buddy. Ariane pulls up his book and he's like, to her, woo. And I'm just in the back of the class like, oh my God! Are you serious? It says the world! So that's why I should have did the job, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't good for Ariane. I enjoy doing stand-up comedy, but this isn't my dream job. My dream job is to be a librarian. I know it's a high bar, but I can't because I'm not a college graduate. You gotta have a master's to be a librarian in this country. What kind of elitist bullshit is that? You want me to spend 6 figures so I can be a public librarian? An accredited university can't prepare you for the terrain that's the public library. Because I cut my teeth at the public library. Every day I'm going in there printing off rap lyrics, 10 cents a sheet. How else was I supposed to know what Mystical was saying? I'm checking out every single Goosebumps book in existence. Dozens and dozens and dozens of Goosebumps books that I never took back on time. And I racked up hundreds of dollars worth of fines that my mama had to pay. She paid so much money, she ended up putting a limit on my library card. Had a library card limit. 2 books. Stayed on till I was grown. So as a 35-year-old man, I tried to check out several books from the library. The librarian's like, sorry, I can't check these out without a cosign from your mother. The library card score's elementary, what can I say? You can't tell me that some Tulane grad student can handle a dude masturbating at the computer better than I can. Sir, put that giving tree away before I chop it down. You know what I mean? Young black men been driven to selling drugs because they can't become librarians. 30 probably. But don't worry, they all became rappers. So. Love rap music. It's had a bit of a moment. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. This big battle between Aubrey Drake Graham and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. I've been mostly on the side of Kendrick throughout the battle, but it's like one thing that he said that really bothered me. Like in the most recent song, The Not Like Us, he talks about like, the devil's a lie, 69 God, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. And I thought that was something I was trying to be. Like, I thought 69 God was aspirational. And I know he's straight, like, I just think that I don't like the conflation between being a predator and just liking to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be P. Diddy to enjoy group sex, you know? They don't have to, it's not a Venn diagram, you can be separate. You know, you just want to get to know people a little bit better. One of my favorite rap songs in recent memory is Wet Ass Pussy. Y'all remember that oldie but goodie from early 2020? Yeah. They got that shit on a 45. Has one of my favorite lyrics I've ever heard in a rap song, bar none. At the end of Megan Thee Stallion's second verse, she says, if he fucks me, ask whose is it? When I ride the dick, I'ma spell my name. Ah! It's a fantastic lyric, because it plays on that notion that a dude thinking he's doing such a good job in bed, he's like, whose pussy is this? Whose pussy is this? And in this scenario, Megan Thee Stallion's not gonna say a word. She's just gonna be like, that's what she's gonna do. I've never came close to telling a woman, whose pussy is this? Whilst in bed. I'm much more likely to say, thank you for being this close to me. I'm gonna keep me hurt and broken person. This is healing for me right now. I guess that's what Marvin was singing about this whole time. Apparently something real big happened over the weekend. I was at work when it happened. And then I went and looked online and looked at all the news reports about the attempted assassination of our former president. And at that point I realized that apparently I'm unhinged. And what I believe should have happened is a threat to our democracy. I guess it's been robust this entire time. We ain't had no problems. This is when it was on shaky infrastructure. Not when we was owning people and shit. That was a fantastic democracy. It was working just fine. They democratically picked who they was gonna lynch that day. They was like, all right. For the record, I'm not pro-Biden. I'm not pro-Trump. I am pro-political assassination. Let me know you really want that job. You willing to die for it? Y'all are cool. Oh, man. Tenacious D should have performed here. I have a niece. I like her a decent amount. I like her a lot. I'm going back home soon, and whenever I go back home, I like to hang out with my niece. She's like 8, 9 years old. And one of the places I like to take her is to the library. So the last time I went back home, we went to the library. And the library in my hometown of Dayton, it's like really nice. They got like a cafe in there. They got a little playground, so my niece was hungry. She was like, hey, uncle, can we get something to eat? So we went in there, ordered a hamburger. It was gonna take a few minutes to make, so we went out, picked up a couple books, played on the little playground, came back. When I came back, this black man ran up to me and was like, sir, I just want to say thank you for dispelling the myth of the absent black father. Thank you, brother. And I ain't had a heart to tell him that this was my niece and that her father is absent and also black. I ain't had a heart to tell him that. I don't want to ruin his day. I I do think it's a myth though. There are plenty of black fathers. There are black fathers in the home. They're taking care of their kids. They love them. They mean a lot to them. And I know this because of all the black daddy shirts I see all the goddamn time. It's gotta be like $1 billion industry, all the black daddy shirts. It's like, black dads matter. I'm a black dope dad. I think I wanna make a black dad shirt and I want it to have a square and say, this is what a black father looks like, and it's just my picture. And we sell it to everybody. Make it clear. I like reading. I like reading a lot. I think it's important. I know that during the pandemic, you know, a lot of people were picking up different hobbies and stuff. Like, any of y'all still making sourdough bread? Any of y'all in y'all garden still? What I did during the pandemic was I started a YouTube channel called You Better Read. And I started this because during the pandemic, my niece had to do the at-home learning. And my mother was taking care of her, and so she got me on the phone like, Kamari, we need all hands on deck for Taylor's learning. Because we do not want her to grow up to be a trap queen. So I was like, all right, my niece like YouTube. I'm like, all right, I like reading. Let me like read these children's books on YouTube. And you know what I mean? Like, this is a way for us to connect. She can hopefully improve her reading and stuff like that. And so I was reading all these like classic books. And some of these books we don't need no more. We should burn some of these books. One of them that I didn't like particularly was The Giving Tree. You know, by Shel Silverstein. I don't know, man. Maybe I was projecting my own feelings onto it. But if y'all not familiar with it, I'll give you a little synopsis. So the story is about a little boy and a tree, and they love each other dearly. The little boy plays with the tree all the time, climbs up and down the tree. He loves the tree so much he even tattooed his name into the tree. That's real love right there. But he gets older, doesn't see this tree as much, comes back, he's almost grown. He's like, tree, I'm almost grown. I need money. And the tree's like, you know what, I got all these apples. You can sell these apples. You can get yourself some money that way. So the boy takes the apples, he goes, he sells them, he makes money, he stays away for years and years, and he comes back. Now he's an older man, probably in his mid-30s. He's like, Tree, I sold those apples. I got the money, but that's not enough. I need a wife, I need kids, I need a house. And the tree's like, you know what? I got all these branches. Why don't you take my branches? You can build yourself a house like that, get you a wife and kids. And the boy takes all the branches, he leaves, builds a house, he gets a wife and kids, and he stays away for years and years. And then he comes back, now he's a middle-aged man. He's like, Tree, my wife left me. She took the house and the kids. I'm sad. I want to take my sad ass out to sea. And the tree's like, you know what, if you cut my trunk, you can build yourself a boat, that way you can go out to sea. And he cuts off the trunk of the tree, builds a boat, he goes out to sea, and he stays for years and years and years, and he comes back, and now he's an old, decrepit man. He's like, Tree, I'm old and decrepit. I need somewhere to sit my old, decrepit ass. And the tree's like, sit on me. And that's the end of this goddamn story. What kind of toxic relationship y'all trying to peddle to these kids? Because here I am, I'm mad at the boy and I'm mad at the tree. I'm mad at the boy, I'm like, boy, where you gonna find unconditional love like this? With somebody up here trying to give you something so you can make money, so you can build a house for a whole nother family? And I'm like, Tree, you need to learn how to value yourself. Love is about reciprocity. Here this boy just taking, you giving. He wouldn't give your ass a hand if you asked for it. No wonder why you do me like that, girl. I wouldn't do anything for you. That's not about me. That's about the boy in the tree. I remember after the show, a person came up to me and it was like, actually, that story is really about the love between a parent and their child. For real? It didn't resemble any parental relationships I've had. Because if that story would have been about me and my father, it would have been a little boy, then it'd be an empty plot. And then 5 years later, a tree will come to fill that plot, a step tree. that step tree would stick around for about 15 years and then also leave. And then about 5 years later, that tree would try to come back, but it'd be a parking lot where that tree was. There'd be no space for it. If the story was about the relationship I had with my mother, it'd be a little boy climbing on the tree, and the tree be like, "Get off me! I'm trying to watch God Light." Girl, you know they didn't clone Reba? They got the nerve to have Josh getting with this. This is crazy. Then a little boy be like, "I love you," and the tree be like, "Love is as love does." And that little boy grow up, he'll move down to New Orleans, he'll do several hits of acid, and then he'll look in the mirror, and then he'll realize that he is the tree. And the tree is him. And then him and the tree have a much better relationship going forward. Y'all been fantastic.